Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your Eclipse and Aries predictions. This eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries, and it's bringing massive changes for all of us in the areas that this is affecting us. This eclipse is exactly conjunct the North Node, so it will have some massive changes going on. At the same time, Mercury is retrograding in this sector of our lives, and we also have an activation of Chiron, which will activate some wounds that we may have, that we have to work towards, so that we can heal them and move towards what the North Node is asking us to change and to accept into our lives at this time. For a lot of us, we may face some obstacles and some fears because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in tight conjunction to Saturn during this eclipse, 12 houses away from the eclipse. So we may need to face some obstacles, some challenges, maybe some fears in order to overcome them and move towards what the North Node is requiring of us. Now, the Mars and Saturn conjunction does not really have a good reputation. It shows obstacles and challenges that we need to face. We have this inner strength and desire to just break free from all these things. However, Saturn is there to teach us karmic lessons that we have to overcome. This conjunction, though, also has the reputation of determination, of persistence. Mars is there to push us forward, to give us the drive and the passion, the desire to move forward with that Aries energy to start this new beginning. And Saturn is there to help us, go for the long run. Although we may face obstacles, we still have the drive to overcome them. And Saturn wants us to build some kind of discipline, some kind of structure in order for us to start this new beginning. And this beginning, with Saturn being involved, it could be there for the long run. It could be something that's going to stand for us for the long run, that is going to affect our lives in a massive way, definitely in a massive way. And the other thing for this eclipse, I mentioned it in my other video, Eclipse in Aries, so make sure to check that if you haven't yet. But this new beginning is lasting for a long time. We don't have another eclipse in Aries. This is the beginning of the eclipse, and we won't have another eclipse in Aries until 9 years from now, when we have the South Node in this area of our lives. So this beginning is really going to be there for the long run, especially with Saturn being involved here. That could bring massive changes for us. And although it's not going to feel comfortable again, there's going to be, this massive energy, these massive changes that are really going to take us out of our comfort zones. However, they are necessary for us in order to move forward with our North Node mission and what we are supposed to be doing in this lifetime. So now I will start with the predictions for the 12 signs. Please, if you like and resonate with this video, remember to show some support. I'm really excited for this eclipse. I know it's not going to be easy, especially also for me, because I have planets in Aries. However, I am so excited for the new changes. I am ready for them. I have been preparing for them already. So I'm excited to embark this new journey. And I hope this is the case for you also. But in case you're facing difficulties and challenges, just remember this too shall pass. These are things that are supposed to be there for us to learn, to progress, to grow, so that we can bring some massive new beginnings that align us with our new path. So let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello dear Aries, Aries suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Eclipse and Aries prediction, which is actually happening in your sign, in your first house, giving you the opportunity to make massive changes to your identity, to your personality, and to your physical body. And the odds are that you will be the initiator of these massive changes happening in your life. But eclipses also bring fated events, things that are outside of our ability to fix them or change them up, that could really transform our life in a way that we never thought about before. And this eclipse happening in your sign is giving you the strength and really launching you to pursue and chase things that you want to do and you want to be in your life like people have never seen before in you. And this eclipse is very important, is bringing new changes and new beginnings into your life, especially because it is happening in your sign, but also because we won't have an eclipse in Aries until 9 years from now, when we have the South Node in this area of your chart. So these new beginnings are very, very important for you. This eclipse is asking you, Aries, to embrace yourself, to love yourself for who you are. And it's also conjunct the Chiron, so you may be embracing the weaknesses that you thought before that were, weaknesses in you, but they actually have turned you into somebody strong. And you may feel a bit insecure about it, and you may feel some fears, especially because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in the 12th house conjunct Saturn at the time of the eclipse. So you may be feeling some fears, some insecurities, challenges and blockages, but the eclipse is asking you to push forward and really embrace yourself for who you are. And this house is your identity, is who you are as a person, is how other people see you and who you decide to be. And it's also happening in an angular house, so you may experience massive changes in your partnerships also, maybe in your home, in your career, but most likely in yourself and your partnerships, because eclipses usually activate in the house that it happens, and also in the opposite house. At least, like, these are the biggest changes that happen, but it could also cause changes in your 4th and 10th house. So you may experience some sudden changes, some new beginnings, even turning points that could, flip your life 360 degrees. Things could change a lot for you. And as I said, you may experience some stress because, this is a lot of energy that's happening, energy shift. But at the same time, you will have these gates open for you to where you can make these new beginnings for yourself and who you want to be as a person. You may experience some hunger for freedom, especially freedom from a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship, or it could be a business relation or a business partnership. So with this eclipse, you may have this inner fire to just break away from this unhealthy relationship that's not serving you anymore. And the eclipse is happening in the North Node, which indicates new beginnings, and you're kind of leaving behind, the partnership with the South Node. Obviously, this is not going to be the case for everyone, but for a lot of you, Aries, you will definitely experience some changes in your partnerships. It could also be that you embark on a new journey with a partner. You don't break the relationship, but you remain in it after making some massive changes. And changes, I think, could be more tied to you standing up for your values, for who you are as a person, for what you are proud of in yourself. So kind of, healing that side of you that's been hurt when it comes to your self-worth and self-identity. So only after you heal that and you embrace your own authenticity and originality, then you can receive blessings in your partnerships, but also in the way how other people view you and how they approach you. For others of you, Aries, you may be fighting for respect when it comes to yourself. It could be towards a partner, it could be towards how other people see you, even, family members, and just how people see you in general. So the eclipse is putting an attention on you. And with Chiron transiting your sign for a while now, Chiron spends a lot of time in Aries, you may have been wanting to hide away from the public eye, not feeling very comfortable in your own skin, which is, difficult for an Aries, because Aries usually is very confident. But with the eclipse here, you may feel more empowered to just embrace yourself for who you are, to embrace all the things that are not, that you think that are not good about you, because I feel like we all have, those critical thoughts about ourselves. But the eclipse may be making a lot of you Aries wanting to break away from these self-sabotaging thoughts and patterns, and just accept yourself for who you are, accept your past, accept maybe your weaknesses, things that you thought are not that good about you, because the odds are that you might inspire others when it comes to your weaknesses. And that's what Chiron is. Chiron, is a wounded healer. It has several wounds, but then once it embraces them, it has the ability to heal others. And so for you, Aries, I think a lot of you are going to just embrace your identity, love yourself for who you are, look at yourself in the mirror and just, say these wonderful things about yourself and feel these wonderful things about yourself, feel that self-confidence, and just push forward towards becoming who you want to become, and have that identity that you have always wanted to have. And again, you may feel some fear, you may face some obstacles, and also with Mercury retrograde in this area of your chart until the, I think April 25, there could be some delays on the new begins that you want to embark. But the thing with the eclipses is that these massive changes, could start or could last for months, for years, for a very long time. So you'll definitely have massive changes. For others of you, you may start this disciplined workout routines, especially hidden from other people, not making a fuss about it. Maybe you might be doing it, at the comfort of your home, or just behind the scenes, with the ruler of the eclipse being in your 12th house with Saturn. And that Mars and Saturn conjunction is a conjunction of determination. It does not have a good reputation, but I want to give you the good things about this conjunction. I feel like, for negativity, there's enough of it in the internet. I want to give you the good sides of this conjunction, which is determination, being persistent, going forward despite blockages. And Saturn here is being fueled by Mars, and Mars is being fueled by Saturn. So if for you, Aries, if you're trying to start a workout routine, to change your physical body, to feel better, to, improve your health, to look good in your own skin, then that Mars and Saturn conjunction could really give you the stamina to do that. And the likelihood is that you might be doing that, again, behind the scenes. For others of you, you may feel this sudden push and sudden feeling within yourself to change your physical look. You may be changing your hair model, your hair color. You may also make surgeries. Also, I don't recommend doing surgeries during this time in April, especially during the Mercury retrograde. But again, the effects of the eclipse are going to last more than that. So this prediction is really not only for the day of the eclipse or April, it's for months and days until we feel these changes of the eclipse. So you may want to change your physical body and become more authentic, embrace your identity more, become more unique, and just show up the way how you want to show up in the world. Because the eclipse is happening in your sign, so you have the choice. These initiations are more likely to happen from you. You might be the person who is starting all of this. On the other hand, a lot of you Aries may be feeling a bit irritated with others in a way it might affect your partnerships, your relationships with other people. But I feel like you are really fighting for yourself and not taking crap from anybody else anymore. Overall, Aries, I advise that you be patient with yourself, with the changes that you want to initiate in your life. I think this is massive. This is a beautiful eclipse that is going to bring changes that are going to shock you, shock your identity, shock the way how people view you. It is not comfortable. Nothing about eclipses is comfortable, I will tell you that. But I feel like you Aries are good at handling new things. You always want a new adventure. So this one, though, is an adventure to improve your identity, your self-worth, who you are as a person, and how you are seen by others, and also how you show up in your relationships. If you have been in relationships that are not serving you anymore, you are taking a different route. You are making massive changes when it comes to that. And you are also setting boundaries. With Mars conjunct Saturn, you are setting boundaries with people that have not respected you or that have not treated you well. Again, romantic partnerships, but also business partnerships. And this could also be with collaborations, agreements that you have. If somebody, has not kept that side of the word and, of obligations and things that they were supposed to do, then you are cutting things off, or you are standing up for yourself to, make the changes that you want. And so also be careful with your physical body. Don't push yourself too much. This is an eclipse, so there is a lot of energy. So just be careful with that. But overall, Aries, this is an incredible eclipse that's happening in your house, in your first house of identity. I would advise to take advantage of this, to take or make the necessary changes that you've always wanted to make, because now the universe is supporting you. Now God is supporting you. You have all the planets in the right position for you to initiate this. And one more thing to mention, with the ruler of the eclipse being 12 houses away from the eclipse, is that this could be a beginning related to an ending. So you might do some endings to get the beginning of something else, of the new chapter of your life, of the new identity that you want to be, of the new things that you want to embrace in your life. So I think it's an incredible eclipse. I really hope that you Aries grow in the way that you want to grow, and you reinvent yourself in the person that you want to be seen and want to be felt in your own body, in your own skin. This is what I have for you, Aries. If you liked and resonated with this video, remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Tauruses, Taurus suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your Eclipse and Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries. And for you, Tauruses, is happening in your 12th house of hidden enemies, hidden things, dreams, spirituality, other realms, foreign lands, rest, and addictions. For a lot of you, Tauruses, you might have some hidden enemy exposed during this time. You are one of the signs that has the most hidden haters, and that's because Mars rules your 7th house and also the 12th house. The 7th house is the house of open enemies, and the 12th house is the house of hidden ones. And so you might get somebody that's exposed. You might learn things that have been going on behind your back that you were not really aware about. Or it could be that somebody that you kind of knew that didn't really like you, and they get exposed and you learn something about them. For others of you, Tauruses, you might be working very hard on your spirituality during this time. A lot of you may be working on cleaning your chakras. You might be pursuing some spiritual routines and rituals to clean yourself spiritually, especially. For others of you, you may be getting a lot of dreams. This eclipse may be highlighting things that you should know about, but that come in the form of dreams. So, I would suggest to take note of them and take note of things that, might be giving you hints for things that are kind of hidden from you, but again, that come in the form of dreams. For others of you, you may You may get some news when it comes to foreign lands, foreign trips, other countries. Especially if you live in a different country, you might also get some type of news or something that is, like a big change. I would say a big change that could be happening with this eclipse. This eclipse is also triggering your sixth house of health, of daily routines, of day-to-day job. For a lot of you Tauruses, you might be taking steps to improve your health, to where it enriches your mental health, to where you feel better when you talk to yourself, you are more positive about yourself, and you are more self-accepting. Chiron has been transiting the 12th house for you for a while now, but this eclipse is especially putting a lot of emphasis on past wounds when it comes to the 12th house that could be associated even with generational traumas and generational wounds that you might inherit. Personally, I like to learn a lot about my ancestors because oftentimes, you'd be surprised, but oftentimes our stories are very similar to them, and sometimes we keep making or taking the same steps as they did. But for you Tauruses, this eclipse might highlight the need to break away and break off from generational patterns, especially if you have planets in this area. But even if you don't, you might be cleansing yourself mentally and spiritually from past wounds. And for a lot of you, they could be associated with women, especially because Venus rules you, Tauruses, and Venus will also be in the 12th house when the eclipse happens. It won't be, at a close degree with the eclipse, but it will be in this house in Aries. So you might be healing yourself from generational traumas that could be associated with women. For others of you Tauruses, you may be healing some relationship with family members, and that's because the sun rules your 4th house. So you may be making changes, drastic changes that cuts off traumas that are associated with family members, with family ties, maybe with your home country if you live away from home. But now you are taking steps to liberate yourself, probably to become more brave and courageous, to break away and break off from this traumas or this culture expectations, so that you can create a path only for yourself, only for your own. And with the energy of Aries, this is what's really being asked from you, to be courageous and strong, to face the wounds and the pain that you have inside of you, and accept it and move on, move away from it, so that you can heal yourself and you kind of can take control of your life. You can be on the driver's seat and drive where you want your life to take you, where you want to go, and what you want to become. The moon rules your 3rd house of communication, so you may have some communication with family members, also partners, that could really be life-changing, could be really healing. You might expose, or you might talk about things that have hurt you in the past, and you kind of set boundaries when it comes to this. And that's because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in conjunction with Saturn, and for you it will be in the 11th house. But for a lot of you Tauruses, you are setting some serious boundaries with other people, to where they can't cross them anymore. You are building some self-respect, because you are diving very deeply in your subconscious mind and healing some self-sabotaging patterns. You are working really hard on fixing your mental health and the way how you feel inside of you. And one way how you're doing that is by setting boundaries, but not only with family members. You're also doing the same thing with friends, with your social groups, with people that surround you. And this eclipse might highlight ones that are associated with old friendships that might have hurt you in the past, or you somehow felt alienated from. And now, Saturn in your 11th house is helping you create boundaries and really have you create a circle to where you feel comfortable, to where you feel yourself, you feel like you can be authentic and be fully expressive in the way that you are. And this eclipse is asking you to really embrace your identity, to embrace your inner self for who you are, and to just express yourself unapologetically, pretty much. Saturn rules your 9th house, and at the time of the eclipse is going to be in the 11th. So again, for a lot of you Tauruses, you are creating these social groups that have kind of the same beliefs that you do, that you feel comfortable, being in. Like, for example, if you like astrology, then maybe you are hanging out with people that like astrology. If you are into spirituality, then you are breaking away from people who don't like spirituality or that judge you for it, and just sticking with the ones that let you express it freely and even get fascinated, for the things that you tell them. That's just an example, but that could be the case for a lot of you Tauruses, to where you are really filtering out things when it comes to your friendships. For a lot of you Tauruses, you may also fight to get spiritually stronger during this eclipse. You may be fixing addictions, breaking away from them, noticing things that make you weak inside of you, and this could be any kind of addiction. If it could be maybe eating a lot of desserts, maybe that doesn't do you well, or watching too many TV shows to where you spend hours and hours just in front of the TV. Just like any kind of addiction that you think you have, I feel like a lot of your Tauruses are identifying them, facing them, and it does not feel comfortable, especially with the ruler of the eclipse, Mars, in conjunction to Saturn. You might even face some blockages, some fears, but this conjunction also brings a lot of determination. So for a lot of you Tauruses, you may be working really hard when it comes to healing yourself mentally and setting up some discipline for yourself to break off from addictions and from routines in your day-to-day life that are not serving you anymore. For others of you Tauruses, you may really advocate for yourself to spend a bit more time by yourself, to feel comfortable, facing your own shadows, spending time with yourself, healing yourself spiritually, but also taking daily routines that make you feel comfortable. And some of these things, could be beneficial to your health, physical and mental health. It could, be as simple as going on walks, or, taking proper medication, or taking vitamins, changing a diet, things like that you think are best for you. For others of you, I think that you are going to be trusting your instincts a lot during this time. The 12th house, they say that it's the hidden house, but at the same time, I think the 12th house is very close to the first house. So it's kind of like that gut feeling that we have about something. Like, we don't see it directly like we see the 7th house, but it's like on our right shoulder. Like, we can feel something and know something about it. So you might get some revelations when it comes to things that may be hidden from you. And these things could be associated with anything in your life. It could be people, situations. It could be related to your job also, because this is triggering the 6th house. It could be any kind of situation in your life, but you might be getting some serious revelations, gut feelings, and you might just know some things, even though you don't have actual facts about them. So the Aries energy here is asking you to honor them, even though they don't always make logical sense. And you might be facing a lot of fears, facing self-sabotaging patterns, healing yourself, especially with the Chiron being involved with the eclipse. And you might be courageous, brave, bold to just heal yourself from all these things, face these fears so that you can embrace who you are and reach your highest potential, because I feel like ourselves sometimes is our biggest enemy. So for you Tauruses, This energy of Aries is giving you that courage, that braveness to face your inner demons, to become strong, mentally powerful, spiritually powerful, so that you can go out there and become the best version of you that you want to become. Okay, Tauruses, this is what I had for you for this eclipse. I really hope you get some amazing blessings and that this energy feels light on you, although it's going to be intense. But I wish you the best of luck. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Geminis, Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse and Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries. And for you, Geminis, is happening in your 11th house of networks, friends, partnerships, social media, social networks, long-term dreams, and goals. For a lot of you Geminis, you may have a friend or a group of friends completely removed from your life. It could be that this person or these people just move out of town, go to another city, go to another country, and all of a sudden you can't hang out with them anymore. For others of you, it could be that, some friends that are not serving you or your purpose anymore could be removed from your life, and it could be because you are setting some boundaries with them. It could be that you have not felt comfortable expressing yourself freely, being authentic, being unapologetically you when you are around them. So now you might be deciding to just cut off ties with them and have them completely removed from your life. For others of you Geminis, you might have a new friend or a group of friends showing up in your life. And that's the thing with eclipses, they are unpredictable. So you might have somebody come in your life that is there to help you achieve your life purpose, because the eclipse is happening with the North Node. So this person or this group of friends, group of people, it might be helping you achieve your goals, achieve your dreams, and even your long-term plans that you have, because the 11th house is a house of long-term dreams and goals. For a lot of you Geminis, you may also change the way how you entertain or have fun. You may receive some revelation or some downloads when it comes to changing the way how you entertain yourself, how you go out there, and how you approach the people. And that's because the eclipse is also triggering your 5th house, and that's the house that's responsible for fun, for entertainment, romance, children, creativity, hobbies. So for a lot of you Geminis, you might think that, okay, maybe I don't want to go and drink a lot and go to parties. I may want to spend more time at the bookstore with my friends, or go on walks, or the other way around. Some kind of download, some kind of revelation could be coming to you when it comes to those topics. For others of you, you may have some serious conversation that you may have with a child, with your children, that is sudden, you were not really expecting it. For others of you, it could be that a romantic person shows up in your life and you are very interested in them. This person could really help you in your life path with the North Node again, but the person could also be quite karmic in nature, which means that it is there to help you. You're getting rewarded for your past deeds. For others of you, you may be changing the way how you want to be viewed by other people, and that's because the ruler of this eclipse, which is Mars, is transiting your 10th house in conjunction to Saturn during this eclipse. So for a lot of you Geminis, you may have been working a lot on changing the way how people view you. You may also have been working on your career. You might be actually working very hard on it, since Saturn has been here for a while now, spending maybe a lot of hours. Or for others of you, you could have been taking some serious down-to-earth steps when it comes to changing your career or how you want to be taken in the public eye. Now, this eclipse could bring people that might help you with your career, that might change the career that you have, or it could bring people that somehow are going to change how other people view you. It could also be that for a lot of you Geminis, you may be healing from past friendships, especially with Chiron transiting your 11th house for a while now. You may face some disappointments and some fears when it comes to friendships. Something that is associated with a friend could really be revealed at this time that causes some disappointment, especially with the ruler of the eclipse being in conjunction to Saturn. And Saturn, is blockages and challenges and sometimes fears and disappointments. So you might be facing these things, but if that's the case, it's definitely going to be for your own good, because this eclipse is happening with a north node, and it's kind of putting you in the right path to where you complete your mission. And if friends that are not nice to you and are doing things hidden from you, especially with Mars being 12 houses away from the eclipse, they may be doing things behind your back and you may find out about them. And if this eclipse exposes them and they have been to be taken away out of your life, then that could be the best thing that could happen to you, although it may be painful and you might face some uncomfortable things. And I also say that because Mars is also retrograde in this area of your life and during the eclipse, so you may be going back to old friendships, or old friends are showing up in your life, or you're going back to old conversations, especially because the Sun rules your 3rd house of communications and Mercury also rules your sign. So you may be really focused on these types of things. Now, for others of you, if you have not been that active in your social media, then this eclipse will give you the push to show up authentic and courageous and just bold, like to express yourself freely on who you are and how you want to be viewed by others, especially since the 11th house of social media is being connected to the 10th house of how other people view you. So you may have this extra push to show yourself just the way you are, to express yourself freely. Now, is everybody going to like that? Probably not, with Saturn being involved here. But the eclipse is just asking you to be yourself, just like an Aries, to be courageous, to be original, to show up for yourself, but to also show off who you are. And this eclipse is really helping you express that in the best way. The moon rules your 2nd house, which is a financial house, and the 11th house is also a financial house. So for a lot of you Geminis, you may have an opportunity to learn about a new stream of income that you can create, that could be through your network, through the people that you know. It could also be the other way around, to where you help a friend out, or you learn about something that could be happening to a friend and you really want to help them financially, by using your personal income. For others of you, it could be that you create some sort of income that helps in your long-term goals and dreams, so that you can create some assets for yourself. And Saturn rules your 8th house of shared resources and investments, and now it's transiting your 10th. So you may use also shared resources to make some kind of improvement in your career, in how you want to be seen in the public eye, and also how you want to be perceived by your friends, by your networks, by people that know you. So this is kind of the astrological weather during the eclipse, Geminis. I really hope that you embrace the push and the courage that the Aries energy is giving you. I know it's not going to feel that comfortable, but you are going to have the push. This is the moment where the universe is supporting each of us to achieve some goals that we were maybe afraid of doing before. So although you may face some fears and some obstacles, this new energy is still going to help you push forward, remove those obstacles, and just be very determined and also persistent and persuasive to achieve these new beginnings that you want in the house of friends and friendships and social networks and long-term goals and dreams that you have, and also social media if you are in that industry. But I wish you the best of luck, Geminis, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Cancers, Cancer suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your eclipse and Aries prediction. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees of Aries on April 8th. And for you Cancers, is happening at an angular house, and specifically in the 10th house of career, public reputation, public persona, and your contribution to the world and what you are known for. This eclipse could really bring you in the center of attention, Cancers. You know, you may be pushed to get out of your shell a little bit more during this eclipse, and it might bring in a new career for you that you were really not expecting. It could also be that you were hoping to change your career or start something for yourself that's going to change the way how other people view you. For others of you Cancers, you may have some massive changes happening in your home life, in your family life, especially because this eclipse is triggering the 4th house. And you might even move cities, countries, states, move in somewhere else. That's totally going to change how other people view you. That's going to change, you know, how you are known. Maybe you're moving to a city where a lot more people know you, or the other way around too, where not as many people know you, Cancers. You may also have an authority figure show up in your life with this eclipse, or it could be that they are completely removed from your life, because eclipses are very unpredictable in nature. So you might either have somebody showing up in your life when it comes to your career that won't feel that comfortable at first for you. And I say that because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is making a conjunction to Saturn during this eclipse, and for you it will be in the 9th house. But Saturn brings some challenges and obstacles and fears that for you could be associated with your career. So you may have some delays, and you know, especially with Mercury retrograding your 10th house also during this eclipse, you may be going back and forth and wanting to start something for yourself, or wanting to change careers, or wanting to climb that, you know, ladder in your organization, but it could be that you might be facing some obstacles and some challenges. However, with the eclipse happening in the sign of Aries, now you might have some strong courage, inner strength, and power to show up for yourself and really express yourself on the way how you are. And obviously not everybody is going to like that with that Mars and Saturn conjunction, but the North Node here with this eclipse is really asking you to take an authentic step when it comes to your career and what you want to be known for. Are you being true to yourself? Are you going towards what you really want to go to? And this eclipse is challenging that. It's going to bring situations, people, opportunities that are going to challenge you when it comes to your career. And if you are not, you know, in the workforce, then it could be that there could be obstacles and challenges when it comes to your public persona, who you want to be known for. I feel like for a lot of you Cancers, you may be standing up for yourself and advocating to fight for the career that you want, and really showing up for yourself. You know, the Aries energy is very courageous, is very original, very authentic, unapologetic. So these are some energies that you might be embracing during this time. You might also be in the center of attention, like I mentioned, because this is the most visible house of your chart. So you might get, you know, you might be put in situations to where you feel like other people are seeing you. The Sun rules your 2nd house of income, of personal income. So for a lot of you Cancers, you might be creating some stream of income or hoping to generate some income so that you can make some serious changes when it comes to your career and how you want to be known in the world. It could also be the other way around, to where you're using your career so that you can produce some more money for yourself, you know, to have some more money coming in. And also for a lot of you, you could be really fighting for your standards and your self-worth and how you want to be known in the world, how you want to be respected from other people. So the eclipse could be triggering situations that you want to build some boundaries around people who have not been truthful to you, or that have not respected you for who you are and really validated who you are. So now with this eclipse, you may be put in a position to where you don't ask for validation anymore. You just set boundaries with other people, and you ask them to respect you and to accept you for who you are. And it could be very visible. It could, because it's happening in the 10th house, but with Mars and Saturn conjunction, you might be pushed to create some boundaries around people who do not value you. For others of you, Cancers, the moon rules your first house. It rules you. So these changes could be initiated by you. You may be the main character when it comes to making these massive changes, when it comes to your career, your public persona, and how you want to be known in the world. You might also be put into positions that expose some fears or some past wounds that you have associated with your public persona, with your career, especially with Chiron transiting this area of your life for a while now, but also because the eclipse is triggering Chiron. So you may be put into situations to where your wounded healer comes out and you go back to memories and past fears and traumas that are associated with your career, and maybe you made a past mistake and you somehow get triggered. However, with this eclipse, you have the power and the strength to face these fears and overcome them. It's not going to feel comfortable again because this is very intensive energy. However, the strength is there for you to go through these obstacles, to face them and to overcome them, to become determined, to become persuasive into pushing forward. The Mars and Saturn conjunction don't have a good reputation, or doesn't have a good reputation, but this conjunction also brings strong determination. It brings extra push. Mars is the passion, is the power to move forward, whereas Saturn is the diligence, is being there even when even in tough times. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may be really working on your career, on facing past fears, and also in your public persona and how you want to be known into the world. If you don't like your past and there are some things that you did wrong, then this eclipse is just asking you to forget about them. Remove those self-sabotaging patterns that could be keeping you away from achieving what you really want. And for a lot of you Cancers, there could also be some confrontations with family members that could be associated with your public persona. But this time you might stick with yourself, with who you want to become and what you want to be, especially with how you want to be known in the world. For others of you, you may go through separations. It could be that the eclipse removes a family member from your life, either because they move out or you move out, or it could be that they pass away also. God forbid, I hope not, but eclipses are very unpredictable, so you may have massive changes when it comes to this area. And for you Cancers, it's happening in an angular house, so your family is triggered, but also your self-identity, who you are as a person, and also your partnerships. So you may have some changes when it comes to your relationship with a partner, be it a romantic one or a business partner. You may have them removed from your life, or you could find something that is associated with them that you didn't really think about, or that could create some kind of obstacle in you reaching your goals. But the eclipse is giving you again the power and energy to just move on with your life, move forward, face the fears, the inner demons, the things that are just not letting you progress, so that you can go with your soul mission and what the North Node wants you to achieve. For a lot of you Cancers, you may be experiencing changes when it comes to your identity. Maybe now you're not as fearful when it comes to how you want to be seen in the world. And where Chiron is, it usually makes us a little shy. So for you, it could be that you don't really want to be in the center of the attention, with your 10th house. However, this eclipse is pushing you to be in the center of the attention. It's pushing you to feel comfortable expressing yourself authentically, originally, for who you are, and how you want to be perceived by other people. You may also experience changes in your physical body. During eclipse times, just be extra careful with yourself, with your body, from like cuts or working out too much if you are into that. Just be extra careful in general with your physical body. But this eclipse could also bring changes when it comes to that. It could get you make some changes in your physical body that maybe impact the way how people view you and how you are perceived by others. So this is kind of what I had for you, Cancers, for this eclipse. I really hope you get blessings, although they may show up in the form of blessing in disguise. You might have, situations and people removed from your life, or new ones showing up that maybe don't feel as comfortable in the beginning, but that are going to serve you in your life purpose. This is happening in the North Node, so the odds are that you are being put in the right path for yourself. Okay, Cancers, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Leos, Leo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse in Aries prediction. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees in Aries on April 8th. And for you, Leos, it's happening in your 9th house of legal matters, higher education, spirituality, foreign travels, publishing, spiritual mentors, and teachers. So for a lot of you Leos, if you have been dealing with a legal matter for a while now, it could be that this eclipse brings the ending of it. You kind of get the results out of it. You may have been working on it for a while now, especially with Mercury retrograding this area of your life. Or it could be that, if you haven't had anything like that, it could be that some legal matter shows up and you have to, work on it and deal with it. For others of you Leos, if you don't have that kind of scenario, it could be that your belief system is somehow challenged and changed up during this eclipse. And that's because, again, this house rules your belief system. And this is not only tied to spirituality or like religion, it could be associated with anything that you believe in this life. If you believe in living in warm climate and suddenly something happens to where you're challenged when it comes to that, or if you have always believed that you have to live in a place where 4 seasons, then maybe you are going to be challenged about that. It could be something as simple as that, but this could be things that you strongly believe in, and now you are somehow challenged to change the way how you view things and your perspective. This could also come in the form of like an aha moment. You may get some kind of spiritual download, something that just shakes you and just broadens your horizon and your perspective on things and also on life. For others of you Leos, you may have some kind of spiritual belief changed up when it comes to your mental health, your self-sabotaging patterns, the way how you talk to yourself, the way how you feel in your own skin. And that's because the ruler of the eclipse, Mars, is in conjunction to Saturn in your 8th house during this eclipse. So you may have an aha moment when it comes to, changing things about your mental health and your perspective, especially in the inner world. It could also be that you want to change your belief system. You want to change something about your world and how you view life, but you feel some mental blockages happening that are kind of preventing you in, understanding your world better and understanding things better. And again, that could be because, Mars Saturn conjunction is happening in the 8th house, and that's the house of your own psychology, your inner mental world. So you may be also working though in this area of your life, and that's because Chiron has been transiting your 9th house for a while now. So you may have already worked on your, broadening your horizons, learning more about things, getting different perspectives, talking to people with different backgrounds, and kind of understand, different approaches to life. For others of you, if you're looking into getting into a university, some type of higher education institution, it could be that this eclipse is giving you that opportunity. Maybe you are embarking this new journey to going maybe even somewhere foreign in a new place to pursue your education. And if you're not into going somewhere far, then this eclipse could give you the opportunity to go to a university. For others of you, it could be that if you've been going to a school, university that has not really been serving you into who you need to become in this life and what your soul mission is and purpose is, it could be that this institution, this education could somehow be removed from your life. Maybe in a crisis matter, you're not going to be really happy about it, especially with the ruler of the eclipse in the 8th house. You could be that you feel insecure about it and not happy. However, remember that this eclipse is happening with the North Node. So it's really putting you in the right path to achieve your long-term goals, to achieve things that serve your soul mission, that shape you into the person who you are meant to be and what you are meant to become. For others of you, Leos, this eclipse is triggering also your 3rd house of communication. So you may also be receiving some type of serious news that is going to shake up your world and change a lot of things for you. If you are in the writing industry, you may get your book published. It may be that somebody just shows a lot of interest in what you're writing. Also, for others of you, if you have published something that has not really been working, it could be that you decide to just take off or take away that that book that you have been working on that's really not been doing well. Eclipses are very unpredictable in nature, and it could bring in new things in our lives, but also remove things that are not serving us anymore. For others of you, you may have some new changes coming up for your siblings, to where they shake up your world and change your perspective, and they challenge you in some way. But again, that are meant to make you understand more about this life and learn new things. The sun rules you, Leo, so it could be that you might kind of be the center of the attention with this eclipse. You might be really challenged and you might change a lot of perspectives, but it could also be that you accept these things. You are not kind of resisting them. And I know you're a fixed sign, so maybe it's not comfortable, especially again with that Mars-Saturn conjunction. You may be feeling very challenged and uncomfortable. However, this eclipse is really going to help you understand a lot of things in the broader way. The moon rules your 12th house, Leo, so you may also gain again a lot of knowledge when it comes to spirituality, to understanding the world, to understanding even religion if you are into religion, to understand scripture and prophets and their stories, and you kind of to use their perspectives into making sense of your life more, or even to inspire you to move forward in your life and to go towards your soul mission. Now, with this energy happening in Aries, which is a very brave and courageous sign, you may be really pushed to stand for your beliefs. You may be put into situations and opportunities to where you are challenged for what you think is correct. However, with Aries here, you are really being invited to just stand for what you believe in, to become authentic and courageous in the way how you feel about life, about world, about certain topics that you are strongly, very confident in. If you have some kind of spiritual mentor or some kind of spiritual teacher, it could be that suddenly they are removed from your life. It could be that they either pass away or they have to move to another city, another country, another place that you don't really have access to them. Or it could be that this eclipse really puts somebody very important, very spiritual, like a spiritual guru that is going to change your perspective of life. It's going to have a huge impact on you, especially spiritually and in your knowledge, in your general knowledge. And the eclipse with the North Node here, this person could really help you attain some of your dreams, get in the right path to achieve your soul mission and who you are supposed to be and become in this life, especially again with the North Node and this eclipse being in this area of your life. Now, I've said it in another video that we won't have another eclipse in Aries until 9 years from now, when the South Node transits this area of your life, which means that this is bringing some serious new beginnings that are not going to have a short ending. So, if you get to meet somebody that is going to change the way how you view your world and spirituality. It could be that you're going to have that kind of relationship with that person for a long time. It could be, up to 9 years. Now, eclipses are not going to happen, or better said, the effects of the eclipse are not going to happen exactly on the day of the eclipse, although it could be. They could happen, after a few months, a few years, but we're not having a closing with this eclipse happening in Aries. We're having fresh new beginnings. And with Mercury retrograde, and also with the Mars-Saturn conjunction, things could feel a bit slow. It could be that we may have to go back to a lot of things and double check them and triple check them, and there could be challenges and obstacles in the way. However, we might be able to achieve this new goal, this new beginning, and the odds are that we will. When planets reactivate this eclipse over and over, we have Venus that is going to activate it, and we have Mars also at some point. So you're going to have this area of your life reactivated multiple times. And again, if you are involved in higher education, you might have to submit maybe more documents, more things that they are looking for, so that you can get into this institution. And if you're in a legal matter, then it could be that you are working towards getting the right documentation, to start this case or to close it down. So with Mercury retrograde, you're going back and forth on these things a lot. This is kind of what I have for you, Leos. I really hope you get blessings and wonderful new beginnings that are going to benefit you in the long run, that are going to help you change your perspective of life, become very knowledgeable, to where you are an example for others. The sun is your ruler, so the attention is on you, and I really hope that you just grow so much through this eclipse. Again, it's not going to be easy. There could be some challenges. It's not going to be comfortable. However, it's putting you in the center of the attention. So I really hope you get the best out of it, and the wonderful people come your way and cross your path, so that you get wonderful blessings. If you liked and resonated with this video, Leos, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Virgos, Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse in Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening at 19 degrees of Aries on April 8th. And for you, Virgos, it's happening in your 8th house of mental health, of self-sabotaging patterns, shared income and resources, other people's money, and taxes. So for a lot of you, Virgos, you may find out some kind of self-sabotaging pattern that's going on for yourself, that is really having you face it and make some serious changes when it comes to it. This eclipse could really be exposing that fear or some kind of insecurity you have within yourself, so that you can change it up and you can face the fears and eventually make the necessary changes, so that you go in the right path when it comes to your soul mission and who you are supposed to become in this life. It could be that these self-sabotaging patterns or these insecurities within your psyche could be triggered by a partner. And that's because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in conjunction to Saturn in your 7th house during the eclipse. So it could be that for a lot of you Virgos, you could have a partner that's really being not very good for your mental health, or it could be the other way around too. They have been helping you become more disciplined, more down to earth when it comes to your inner world, to your psychological world, because Saturn rules both. Saturn rules obstacles and challenges, but also discipline and grounding. So it could be both ways, that this partner could be challenging you, or it could be that they are benefiting you. Now, if it's the case that this person is challenging you, for a lot of you Virgos, you are setting some serious boundaries when it comes to that. You're saying no to a lot of things that you feel like are not serving you in your mental health. If somebody keeps saying things that trigger a lot of past pain and wounds, especially with the eclipse being close to Chiron, activating Chiron in your 8th house, it could be that you're setting boundaries and saying no, really communicating with this person so that you can change things up with them. For others of you Virgos, this is the house of shared income and resources. So you may have a partner that gains a lot of money, and that somehow, also benefits your income, your personal income. This is the axis of the 8th house and the 2nd house. The 8th house is the shared resources, the 2nd house is personal income. So it could be that a partner just, earns a lot of income and that benefits you. It could also be the other way around, to where a partner does not have a stream of income anymore, and so this eclipse is kind of removing that from your life. And it may feel uncomfortable and like a challenge, but this eclipse is happening with a north node, so it's really putting you in the right path to find your way and find your purpose in this life. And especially we really grow through challenges, so this could really be putting you in the right way, in the right way for you to make money, even personal money. Maybe this eclipse is letting you discover some kind of way to where you can make more money, increase your income, budget differently, more wisely, and kind of like put your ducks in a row when it comes to your finances. The 8th house also rules other people's money. So for a lot of you Virgos, you may be earning in the stock market, let's say, or in any kind of industry that deals with other people's money. Maybe you're in taxes, any kind of industry that is associated with this, you could earn a lot of money. And for others of you, if you did not make a wise investment, it could be that this is removed from your life. So again, it could happen either way. However, this is happening in the sign of Aries. So Aries is very courageous and brave, and a lot of you Virgos, you may be brave and risk-taking when it comes to your investments. You may take on some risky endeavors that could really be rewarding for you, and this eclipse could just bring suddenly new opportunities to make new investments that are going to increase your stream of income. For others of you, the sun rules your 12th house, so it could be that you're getting a stream of income through hidden ways, through ways that you don't necessarily tell people about, that are, hidden from other people, and you just benefit from other people's money somehow. For others of you, it could be that you are earning through foreign lands, foreign people, foreign countries, and this eclipse is giving you opportunities to make money out of that, especially if you're dealing with other people's money. For others of you, it could be that a partner is associated on those things. They are making money in a way that's kind of hidden from you, but that increases the shared resources. Or it could be that they are involved in foreign lands and foreign industries that, again, increase your resources or that decrease them. Eclipses are unpredictable in nature, so they could go both ways. And the moon also rules your 11th house, so it could be that you're getting some kind of financial reward through your network, through your friends, through people that know you, that are benefiting your resources. Now again, this could be the other way around, to where somebody could be doing things behind your back that bring you some kind of loss when it comes to any area of your life, because the 8th house could be ruling also, hidden things that you don't really see. However, with this eclipse happening in the sign of Aries, you are more open and straightforward when it comes to your investments, to your shared resources. Maybe you'll have some serious conversations with a partner when it comes to how much money you're putting in and how much they are, or how you want to rebudget your shared resources. And the energy of Aries is really giving you the opportunity to become brave and courageous and authentic in the way how you want to have these shared resources. Now, for others of you, if you're not into that, you may have to face some kind of fears when it comes to the way how you view yourself, your mental health, the way how you talk to yourself. You may be doing even a lot of I am affirmations. Aries is I am, and this is the 8th house, so you might be really working on your psychological side, to where you say good things to yourself. You say, you say good things to yourself when you're in the front of the mirror, like I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am courageous, things like that could really benefit you in your inner world and how you view yourself, how you view life. And this could really bring you the opportunity to just become braver. And other people will also see that, because you might develop this strong aura and self-confidence when you communicate with other people. Mercury is your ruler, Virgo, so it could be that you are the initiator of these changes. You might have been working a lot on your 8th house matters already, especially with Chiron being there and the North Node being there. So it could be that you are the initiator of all these things. You might have been going back and forth with Mercury retrograde, especially into how you want to fix your self-sabotaging patterns. You may have noticed weaknesses, and with Chiron being there, you may have really dived deep into your subconscious mind even, and try to change things when it comes to the way how you talk to yourself and how you feel comfortable in your own skin. And this eclipse is helping you either identify more of these things and heal them in your life, or it could be that it's bringing something new, or it's showing you something when it comes to your psychological mind that you really need to heal from in order to achieve your highest potential. And again, with this being in the sign of Aries, you are really being called to be authentic, to be original to yourself, to be serious about your mental health and who you want to become, and also how you approach your partnerships. Maybe you are working a lot in yourself so that you can have a healthier relationship with your partner, be it romantic or a business partner. Or it could be that you are just noticing things again with these partners that are not healthy for you, and so you're deciding to set serious boundaries with them. And with Mars conjunct Saturn, you are getting some kind of discipline and grounding when it comes to the way how you approach these things. However, Virgos, remember to feel courageous, to be courageous during this time, to face those fears and inner demons that could be blocking you from achieving your highest potential. The North Node transiting your house, your 8th house, is not there for no reason. Is helping you heal this part of your life. Put a lot of attention on it so that you can move on to the next step and, probably heal your partnerships and the way how people view you and how you interact with others when the North Node moves eventually to your 7th house. So this is kind of what I have for you, Virgos. Again, remember to be authentic, to be original, face demons, to be courageous, to be strong, even when it comes to dealing with your shared resources, with your personal finances. Again, you may have great opportunities to make a lot of money, especially through investments, but again, be cautious about it and do your due diligence, and also look at your personal chart if that supports it. But this eclipse could be bringing in wonderful things for you, Virgos, and also removing things that are not serving you anymore. Okay, this is what I have for you. And again, if you like and resonated with this video, just as always, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Libras, Libra suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse in Aries prediction. This eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries. And I bet, Libras, you have a lot of changes going on, especially with the eclipse on March 25 and the nodes moving into your 1st house and 7th house. I bet you're going through a lot of things, a lot of changes, but these are eventually going to be for your own benefit, I promise. With this eclipse happening in the North Node, you are being put in the right path when it comes to your partnerships, your collaborations, your marriage, your agreements, contracts, and even open enemies. This eclipse could bring somebody that doesn't really like you in your life, or it could expose them to where you have to face them and confront them. But the eclipse is really inviting you to be courageous and strong about it. This is happening in Aries, and Aries is all about fighting for themselves, being strong about it, and facing fears also. And this kind of confrontation you might have with an open enemy, obviously it's not going to be the case for everyone, but for some of you it will. It might even benefit you in the long run when it comes to your personal health, to your mental health. And that's because the ruler of the eclipse, Mars, is conjunct Saturn in your 6th house at this time. So this could really be benefiting you in your day-to-day life, to where, this person does not annoy you anymore. Obviously, it could not happen without a lot of intensive energy. This is an eclipse and it's quite unpredictable, but it's as a possibility for some of you Libras. For others of you now, let's focus on the important stuff. A lot of you are going through massive changes with your marriages, partnerships, romantic partners, business partners. You may have some things that are just exposed that you have really to focus on. Just massive changes in your partnerships. And again, this is not easy energy. It's not comfortable, especially with Mercury going retrograde already in this area of your life. You may have exes showing up in your life, really people from your past showing up during this eclipse, and also the eclipse that you had in your own sign, because it triggers the opposite house. So you may have exes showing up in your life, or you could have old situations having to be resolved with a current partner that is not comfortable, that might make you confront them, and it might have you face some fears when it comes to that. And again, it's because Mars is conjunct Saturn, and Saturn sometimes represents challenges and fears and obstacles. So you might have been working on resolving some of these things, some obstacles and challenges when it comes to your partnerships. And again, with the Saturn energy, it's not an easy energy. However, the Mars and Saturn conjunction is also known for strong determination, for going the long way, for moving forward despite challenges. So you definitely have the power and the strength to move forward in things that you're not agreeing with your partner, or it could be that you are changing partnerships. Honestly, during massive eclipses like this, important eclipses like this, I've seen people meeting somebody that they eventually marry. It could also be that you're getting married. It could also be that you're getting divorced. This eclipse could bring something that makes you separate from your partner. On the other hand, it could be that you remain with the same partner, but you start fresh. You have some type of crisis, some type of challenge that puts you in the position to where you start fresh with somebody that it's still going to remain in your life. This eclipse could also bring opportunities for collaborations and agreements, contracts you have to sign. If you sign anything during this time with Mercury retrograde, double check, triple check a lot of things. Be extra careful when it comes to signing things, and really wait until this eclipse season is over, or at least until Mercury retrograde is over, so that you can take the right steps. However, whatever happens in the sector of your life, Libras, is going to be beneficial for you in the long run, and that's because the eclipse is happening with a north node. It's putting you in the right path. Of course, it's not easy having to deal with these things, especially if it's your partner. It's not easy, it's uncomfortable, it's challenging, and sometimes painful. However, it's going to put you in the right direction in your life. It's going to put you in the right path, and it's going to benefit you in the long run. I've seen people that have undergone eclipses in this area of their life saying that, I broke up with my boyfriend. It was terrible. It was so hard. I loved him so much. I thought he's going to be the one. But I was so stupid because I didn't see this and this and this and this, listing a lot of things that eventually they learned why that person was not good for them. Obviously, this is not going to be the case for all of you, but it could be the case for some of you, to where you set some serious boundaries when it comes to your partnerships, especially again with Saturn being conjunct the ruler of the eclipse, Mars. You might be setting some serious boundaries with a person that could be still remaining in your life. However, they need to respect whatever walls you set up against them, and you want them to just respect you. Respect your boundaries. For others of you, Libras, You may be seriously working with a partner when it comes to your long-term goals, and that's because the sun rules your 11th house. You may be working seriously in like a very constructive way, building things when it comes to your long-term dreams and goals. For others of you, you may be investing a lot into healthy friendships, into circles of people that appreciate you and like you for who you are in an authentic way, to show up for yourself in a very original way to where you can express yourself freely. For others of you, you may have drastic changes happening to your career. The moon is your 10th house. So you may have massive changes in the way how people view you and how you are perceived from the world. And I bet, with this eclipses happening in your house and in the 7th house, you already have so much going on that, the way how people view you is definitely going to change. So some of these things could be quite visible to where other people see them, because the 10th house is a visible house. The ruler of where your moon is the ruler. So you may have some massive changes even in your career, changing careers. Maybe if you are in a career with a business partner, you may be changing partners. You may be even changing industries. So you may experience a lot of changes, and that won't come easy again with Mercury retrograde and Saturn being involved, but eventually will put you in the right path for your soul purpose. I promise it's going to be for your benefit in the long run. It's not going to feel comfortable. It's an intensive energy, but it's happening with a north node. So you are meant to learn this lesson at this time. You are meant to make these massive changes in this area of your life during this time. Now, this eclipse also triggers your first house, so you may be experiencing, for some of you, it could be some type of identity crisis. You may realize that sometimes you have to depend on another person, but sometimes you don't have to depend on them. You have to become a bit more independent, more self-reliant. For others of you, it could be that you are experiencing changes in your physical body. Maybe you are working out, changing daily routines, especially with the ruler of the eclipse being in your 6th house. You may be changing diets, things that are going to bring massive changes in your physical body and how other people view you. And again, this is happening in an angular house for you, so you may be even experiencing changes in your home life. It could be that a family member shows up in your life, that somebody moves in with you, or it could be that they move out and they move away, to another city, another country. And sometimes eclipses also remove people from our lives by passing away. God forbid, I hope not, but eclipses could also cause that. The eclipse again is also triggering your 10th house. I kind of talked about it already, but happening at an angular house, I feel like for a lot of you Libras, you are really going to be changed in how other people view you and how you are perceived by the world. So I would invite you to be courageous and brave and determined to go in the right path when it comes to your partnerships and who you want to be and become as a person, and how you've always wanted to have your partnerships as. This eclipse is also bringing changes to your day-to-day job. You may have changes when it comes to your career, the responsibilities you have over there, with authority figures also, with this 10th house that's involved. You could have some authority figures showing up or being removed, or it could be that you have different responsibilities and massive changes in your day-to-day job. For others of you Libras, again, there could be some disruptions in your daily routines. However, Saturn here is really teaching you to be disciplined and determined with schedules and being more serious on how you use your time on a daily basis. And with the ruler of the eclipse being in this house, it could really highlight some changes you need to make in your day-to-day life so that you can benefit a lot more from it. But also for some of you Libras, you might be inspired to change your daily routine to spend more time with a partner, to take care of your partnership, in a more healthy way, and like remove any kind of toxicity. So this is kind of what I have for you, Libras. I really hope these massive changes happening in your life are going to bring you wonderful blessings, and I'm pretty sure they will in the long term. Although it may feel comfortable during this time, I am pretty sure it's going to help you in the long run, because again, it's the North Node that's involved. So I wish you the wonderful blessings that you deserve to have. Stay strong. This too shall pass. The nodes will eventually move from your sign, but while they are there, they are going to teach you some wonderful lessons that I bet are not going to be forgetful. You are going to remember them for a long time. So this is kind of what I have for you, Libras. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Scorpio, Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse in Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening on April 8th and 19 degrees of Aries. And for you, Scorpios, is happening in your 6th house of physical health, daily routines, and your daily job. For a lot of you Scorpios, you are working really hard on healing from something, or on healing your physical body. For others of you, you may be really working on removing addictions and things that are harmful to your mental health, but also to your physical body. You may be moving away from drinking alcohol, and maybe moving away from doing drugs, things like that are really not beneficial for you. And this eclipse could really bring some type of situation, something into your attention when it comes to your physical health that you really need to address and work towards. And with the North Node being here, it's teaching you, and Chiron being here, it's maybe triggering some wounds and some kind of fears that you had, that you need to heal from. And with this activating the 12th house, it could be that maybe you have some things to work in your subconscious mind, some fears to face, some inner demons to face also when it comes to your physical health, to your physical body. Maybe you have been worrying a lot about your health, and so this North Node in this house is putting a lot of attention into your health. Maybe it's having you change your diet. Maybe you realize that something has been harming you, and now you need to change the way how you eat, the way how you work out, but also could bring some kind of sickness in your life sometimes. For others of you, it could remove some kind of struggle and some kind of sickness you have been struggling with, again with the North Node in this area of your life. So you may have the benefits that come out of it. Now Mercury is also retrograding this house during the eclipse, so you could have been going back and forth into working on your physical health, maybe changing prescriptions, and if you take holistic approaches, maybe changing teas and herbs that you're taking to be able to heal yourself. And now this eclipse is putting a lot of attention on it, and is kind of giving you some results. Something will be exposed when it comes to your physical health that you need to address. For others of you, again, this eclipse might remove something you have been struggling with for a while now, and kind of give you the benefits of it to where you are healthy again, and you can move forward with your life. Now this energy might not be easy. All of this might not be easy, especially with Mercury retrograde, but also because the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in conjunction to Saturn, and Saturn is known for obstacles, challenges, things that you need to face first to be rewarded afterwards. So you might have some challenges when it comes to your physical body, to your health. However, the Mars and Saturn conjunction also brings determination, persistence, moving forward despite obstacles, despite anything that comes your way. So for a lot of you Scorpios, you're not backing off if you have some kind of health issue going on. You are moving forward. You are fighting it. And with the Mars and Saturn conjunction, again, you are being determined to overcome this, whatever you are struggling with. For others of you, it could be that you have spiritual struggles. Maybe you are in between going religious or an atheist. You could be something that is spiritual, and this conjunction is really having you make a choice, or the eclipse is really highlighting something or causing some kind of crisis, some situation to where you make a decision to what way you want to go, and what way you want to continue when it comes to your spirituality and your beliefs. Now, for others of you Scorpios, you may have some massive changes in your day-to-day job, new responsibilities, people coming into your life, people being removed from your work environment, colleagues. You may have just a lot of changes in your job, but others of you may also change your job. You may either lose one, or you may start a new job during this eclipse. You may also have some kind of hidden enemy be exposed during this time, because this is triggering your 12th house. So somebody that you didn't really expect could be showing up, or you find out something about them that you're not happy about, that kind of disrupts your daily routine, and you're really shocked about, but that you are really meant to learn about during this eclipse. This will be with the North Node, so everything that's happening during this period is destined. You are supposed to go through this, and potentially so that you can heal from it, because Chiron has been transiting this for a while now, and the eclipse is triggering Chiron. So you may be learning, researching a lot when it comes to your daily routines, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your job, so that you can learn, you can face fears that are associated with these areas of your life, eventually learn from them and grow from them, and even become an inspiration to others. Because remember, this is the energy of Aries, and Aries is very brave, very courageous. Aries moves forward no matter what. It's sometimes it's feisty, sometimes it fights for what it wants. And so you are going to have the strength, Scorpios, to face whatever changes you are having in your life during this eclipse. The conjunction between Mars and Saturn is happening in your 5th house, so you may also have changes in your day-to-day life that could be caused by a child. Maybe one of your children really wants your attention. They could have some massive changes going on in their life that is asking you to bring your attention to them, and you kind of like change your schedules and you help them out, face these things. For others of you, it could be that you are changing the way how you entertain yourself. It could possibly be because some kind of health issue needs to be addressed. Maybe you don't drink as much, and you fight addictions and alcohol and things like that that are not serving you anymore. It could also be screen time. Sometimes that is our addiction. You just, there is some kind of change when it comes to the way how you entertain yourself and how you have fun with people. For others of you, it could be that you face some kind of or you have some kind of aha moment when it comes to how you flirt with others, when it comes to romance, and how you approach other people, if you're looking for somebody. These are all ruled by the 5th house. The sun rules your 10th house, Scorpio, so you may experience massive changes when it comes to your career. Maybe the daily routines that you're changing up could have a big impact on your career, on how other people view you. It may really change the way how you are seen in the world and how you're contributing to the world. For others of you, the massive changes you're experiencing at your job, at your day-to-day job, might have an impact in your career, might just really help you in climbing the ladder. Again, this might be happening with some challenges, maybe facing some kind of authority figure, but eventually you will receive, you will have these obstacles removed. Of course, depending on the way how you decide to approach these things, and depending on your personal chart. But for a lot of you Scorpios, you may undergo some massive changes when it comes to your career. Maybe you're changing your job, you're changing your career, or it could be that you are working towards changing your daily routines so that you can benefit your career and go in the direction that you want to go. Now the moon rules your ninth house, so for a lot of you Scorpios, I feel like you're going to have changes in spirituality, in your belief system, in how you view the world, in different perspectives. It's just, you know, you might have massive changes in broadening your horizon. There could also be individuals that change your perspective, that challenge it, and you know, you may have some massive changes when it comes to that also. The ninth house is also the house of legal matters. So you may also have something legal to deal with, maybe paperwork when it comes to things related to your health or related to daily routines. Maybe you have some case going on that you have to work actively on your day-to-day job, or sorry, day-to-day life. Obviously that's not going to be the case for everybody, but you know, it's a possibility. Okay, Scorpios, this is kind of what I have for you. During this eclipse, you remember that it's in the sign of Aries, so you are invited to be determined, to be courageous, to face fears. If something uncomfortable happens, you are invited to be, you know, very strong about it, very brave about it, kind of face whatever is coming your way, and face the obstacles and challenge them so that you can overcome these situations. I really hope things go great for you, go really well for you. Whatever happens during this time is happening with the North Node. The nodes are involved, so it's very karmic in nature, and you are supposed to go through this in this lifetime so that you can learn something massive and potentially have a lot of things change in your life to where they put you in the right path, in the right direction when it comes to who you're supposed to be and what you are supposed to do in this lifetime. Okay, Scorpios, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Sagittarius, Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your eclipse in Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries, and it's bringing massive changes to your fifth house, which is the house of children, of fun, entertainment, creativity, hobbies, and artistic abilities, and also romance. For a lot of you Sagittarius, you may be conceiving a child during this time. You may become pregnant. It could also be that you give birth during this time. It could be that, you know, a child shows up. Maybe you get some adoption completed, or you feel inspired to adopt a child and, you know, have more members join you in your family. For others of you, if you're not into that, you may have some romantic person show up in your life that is going to bring changes for you in your romantic life. For others of you Sagittarius, you may have some kind of download and revelation when it comes to the way how you have fun and how you entertain yourself. Maybe you'll discover something new in the way how you have fun. Maybe this eclipse may expose some kind of friends that were not very beneficial to you, because this is also triggering your 11th house. So you may change the way how you entertain yourself with your group of friends, in your friendships. And for others of you, it could be that some kind of friend is removed from your life that is not serving you anymore. It's not letting you maybe express yourself creatively and be original in the way how you come across to others, in the way how you come across to your friends, to your circles, and even to social media, if you are active in social media. For others of you, it could be that this eclipse really highlights some kind of creative ability that you have, that is very karmic in nature. It's supposed to be there in your life to teach you something. So this could be some creative ability that just shows up in your life and gives you opportunities to you know, approach life more in a more playful way, in a more pleasant way, and really enjoy yourself more. For others of you, it could be that you develop some type of artistic ability. Maybe you have been working on already in learning something new, especially with the North Node already transiting this area of your life for a while now. You may be called towards learning some artistic ability, some creative ability that is serving you in your life purpose, in your soul purpose in this life, with the North Node being involved. Now, for others of you, Chiron is also being highlighted with this eclipse, and you may be having changes when it comes to the way how you come across these creative abilities and artistic abilities. It could be that maybe you had made some kind of mistake in the past, or you have some kind of wound or some kind of what you think is a weakness when it comes to these artistic abilities and creative abilities, and now this eclipse is putting a highlight on them and having you feel or face fears and obstacles associated with the way how you approach these, so that you can overcome them and eventually embrace these creative and artistic abilities for yourself. Now the ruler of this eclipse is 12 houses away from the eclipse in the sign of Pisces, which it will be in your 4th house. So for a lot of you Sagittariuses, you may change the way how you have fun and how you entertain yourself with a family member. You could also change your family environment. You could change your home. You could have some massive changes, when it comes to your home life and where you are living. And again, for others of you, you could have a child that you now are thinking to expand your home or move somewhere else to have where you have more space. For others of you, the eclipse could also be removing a child from your home, from your life. Maybe they go away for college. You don't have access to them as often anymore. Maybe they move away, they get married to somebody else, and they move in with somebody else. So you may have changes when it comes to your family home because of that, or your family life because of that. For others of you Sagittariuses, you may also experience changes when it comes to foreign travel and foreign lands, because the sun rules your 9th house. So you may be reviewing paperwork when it comes to foreign travel, visas, citizenships, things like that could come to the center of your attention. For others of you, you may be challenged to change your perspective. Sagittarius, generally has a broad perspective of things. The Sagittarius is like adventures and learning new things, and so this eclipse could really be bringing you the opportunities and the adventures that you want, so that you can broaden your horizons, learn more things, meet people from all walks of life and different backgrounds, so that you can have a broader perspective. For others of you, it could be that you enter or have the opportunity to enter some type of educational institution, higher education. Maybe you get a degree, maybe you have some kind of completion, or you have a new beginning when it comes to your education. Maybe you're given the opportunity to go to some university you've always wanted to, and this eclipse is bringing that to you. For others of you, the moon rules your 8th house, so you could also be working on self-sabotaging patterns and mental patterns that are brought to your attention through this eclipse, that you have to fix so that you can enjoy life more. You can be more playful, although you Sagittarius are natural at that. You're amazing at having fun and having a fun approach to life. However, with this eclipse, you're invited to make some changes when it comes to the way how you entertain yourself, and this will not feel comfortable. Again, with the Mars and Saturn conjunction, with the ruler of the eclipse, being in conjunction with Saturn, which kind of represents obstacles and challenges and delays and sometimes fears. So you may have some drastic changes that you want to make in your 5th house matters, but that are not going to feel comfortable, or maybe challenged, especially through your friends, your social networks, your online friends. You may not feel very comfortable when it comes to it, but eventually this is bringing new beginnings. So at some point you are going to achieve some new beginning when it comes to the way how you have fun, the way how you entertain yourself, how you come across with your creative abilities, hobbies, artistic abilities, and your creativity, and also romance. For others of you Sagittarius, the Mars and Saturn conjunction does not have a good reputation. It's a difficult conjunction, but it also brings determination. It brings strength. It brings persistence. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, you may have some type of confrontation when it comes to these topics, the fifth house topics, but at the same time you're staying fierce about it. You are being brave and courageous in the way how you express your creative abilities, your talents, on how you bring those to the world for other people to see them. It could also be that, maybe you like to do dark art, or art that involves, naked people, let's say, and that's challenged by others. It challenges also your belief system, but at this time you are really embracing your creative abilities with Aries energy. You are standing first. You're standing very strong when it comes to those things, and Aries is giving you that courage, that determination. With the Mars and Saturn conjunction, you have the strength and power, persistency and determination to move forward with whatever you want to achieve when it comes to your fifth house matters. And if you also have pregnancy during this time, it could come with some challenges here and there, but eventually you will achieve some kind of new beginning when it comes to it. And this conjunction with Aries is happening with the North Node, so it's karmic in nature. You are supposed to go through these lessons. You're supposed to work on these things at this point, so that you can move forward with your life. For others of you, Sagittarius, I think I kind of mentioned it, but with Chiron moving in your fifth house, you may be working towards healing some kind of relationship with your children, if you have children. And this eclipse is highlighting those wounds and things that you need to discuss with them so that you can heal from them. Both of you, you and also your children, can heal from them so that you can move forward with your soul mission, with your purpose, with the North Node. So you somehow are meant to go through these obstacles and challenges so that you can achieve your highest potential and be courageous and brave about it. That's the energy of Aries. Aries faces fears and overcomes that, so that it can achieve the potential and really embrace the identity. So for you Sagittarius, remember to embrace your self-expression and who you are as a person, your creative abilities and your artistic and creative talents, so that you can move forward. Okay, Sagittarius, this is what I kind of had for you for this eclipse. I really hope you get wonderful blessings and wonderful revelations when it comes to how you have fun, and also your friendship circles, your children, entertainment, and creativity. I wish you the best of luck, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Capricorns, Capricorn Sun, Moons and Risings. Welcome to your Eclipse in Aries prediction. The eclipse is happening on April 8th at 19 degrees of Aries. And for you Capricorns, this is happening in your fourth house of home, family, real estate, ancestry, family dynamics, and relationships. For a lot of you Capricorns, you are being pushed to move at this time. You may be moving cities, homes, countries, states. Something is happening that is making you change your home and change your family dynamics. For others of you, you may be changing your family relationships. Maybe a new member is joining you, or a member of your family is moving out of your home, either by they have to move away. Maybe a child is moving for college. Maybe your parents are moving out, or you may have parents moving in. For others of you, it could just be that you or your spouse is pregnant and is giving birth to a child. Now, the consequences of an eclipse don't necessarily happen on the day of the eclipse. It could take a few months, a few years for this to happen. However, you will have some massive changes in your fourth house matters. For others of you Capricorns, you may discover something about your ancestors that you were not aware before. That's a bit surprising and shocking. For others of you, it could be that you have the opportunity to expand in your home. You might have the opportunity to buy a second home, to increase your real estate possessions, since this house also rules real estate. For others of you, it could be again that You may receive some type of inheritance through an ancestor, or you can have some relationship dynamic improved with a family member in your extended family. It could be aunts, uncles, different individuals in your family home. For others of you Capricorns, this eclipse is also triggering your 10th house of career, of public reputation and public persona, your contribution to the world, and what you are known for. So this eclipse could really put you in the center of the attention when it comes to your career. It could bring on new opportunity career-wise. Maybe you're changing careers. For others of you, it could be that something in your home or family life changes the way how other people view you. Maybe you are moving to a new state. Maybe you are going from living next to the beach to living next to the mountains, and so people now will think that you're going to become maybe a skier. That's just a simple example, but the changes that you're having in your family home could also change the way how other people view you. The other thing is that this is happening in an angular house for you, so you may experience changes in your partnerships also. You may have some kind of new partnership coming in your life, showing up for you. For others of you, it could be that some kind of partnership that is not serving you anymore could be removed or could be changed to where you start some type of new beginning with them. For others of you, it could be that this eclipse changes the dynamic of how you are a parent, if you are a parent. It could be that you maybe learn and feel like you should come across to your children in a different way and connect to them in a different way. For others of you, it could this eclipse could trigger the way how you connect to your own parents and bring some new beginnings on the way how you connect with them. It could also be that your parents may be the ones that are experiencing massive changes, and that somehow affects you and your life also. You might also experience some changes in your personality, in your individuality, also in your physical body with this eclipse. For others of you Capricorns, you may experience some sudden emotional outbursts because the 4th house is also the house of emotions, of our inner world. Something that you may be bottling up or maybe hidden, you may be hiding within yourself, is building up at this time, and it's causing you to explode and express yourself pretty boldly and with a lot of courage, maybe become a little feisty when it comes to something that's been hurting you in the past. And this eclipse is also triggering Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So for a lot of you Capricorns, this eclipse could really show you what emotions you might have triggered in the past, or what kind of inner wounds you have that you need to heal in order for you to progress and move towards your north node. This eclipse is happening in the north node, so you're supposed to face these emotions and fears and probably inner demons also, so that you can move towards accomplishing your soul mission. Now, the ruler of this eclipse, Mars, is in conjunction to Saturn in your 3rd house. And for a lot of you Capricorns, you may already have been exploring your emotions and trying to control them maybe. You may have been facing some obstacles when it comes to expressing them, and this eclipse could really put a spotlight on that side of you, and you may still face some challenges and some fears when it comes to expressing yourself authentically, expressing your feelings and emotions in a healthy way. However, with this Mars and Saturn conjunction, yes, Saturn brings challenges and fears and obstacles for you in expressing them, but Mars is also pushing you to show up for yourself, kind of defend your emotions, defend your point of view on, why you feel the way you feel, and kind of express yourself in a healthy way. Now, this is not an easy energy. This is an eclipse. It's very intense. So you might, come up as like a bit aggressive maybe on when you express your emotions. However, it is necessary for you to express yourself fully so that you can learn the lessons you're supposed to learn with the North Node transiting this area of your life, and you can express yourself freely. For others of you Capricorns, if you are wanting to change homes again and cities and states and just change the home dynamic and home environment, it could be that you might face some delays because Mercury is also going retrograde in this area of your life during the eclipse for almost the entire month of April, at least from the 1st to the 25th of April. So you are already working hard on changing your homes, changing your environment, maybe searching up cities and places you want to move into. You may even check astrocartography to try to see your chart where it fits perfectly for you to move into. But for others of you, you're looking for a home maybe to where you can accommodate your family members and what you think is best for you. And so you are going into a lot of details with this Mercury retrograde. However, with the Mars and Saturn conjunction, you may experience some delays, some challenges, some obstacles. However, this conjunction also brings a lot of determination, a lot of persistence, a lot of going through obstacles so that you can overcome them and challenge them and eventually move forward. The Mars and Saturn conjunction really goes a long way because Mars brings that passion, that push and drive that you need, and Saturn is there for the long run. You are facing obstacles, but you also have the determination to overcome them. So that could be the case for a lot of you Capricorns. You might also have significant changes happening in the life of your grandmother. The eclipse could bring the passing away of a grandmother, unfortunately, but for others of you, it could just be that they move out of your home, or you just move away so that you don't have access to this person as often anymore. For others of you Capricorns, the moon rules your 7th house, so a lot of changes could be also happening in the life of your partner that somehow changes you, causes shocking changes in your life, in both of your lives. For others of you, this could be a business partner. If you are with a business partner, it could be that that person is going to be removed, or somebody new is going to show up in your life that's going to help you in your investments, shared finances, especially because the sun rules your 8th house. So you may experience some changes when it comes to your investments, when it comes to shared resources. It could also be that you're using shared resources to make the necessary changes that you want in your home environment, maybe change homes, change houses, cities, or maybe you could be helping a family member also. For others of you, it could be that you are helping partner with your shared finances so that they can achieve some of their goals. For others of you Capricorns, it could be that investments are bringing some money in so that you can use them in changing your home, changing your home dynamics, helping a family member, or it could give you the comfort of now adding a family member to your home. Maybe you have more financial stability when it comes to adding a child to your family, especially with Pluto transiting your 2nd house. You are already working on transforming your personal income and the way how you make money, how you spend money, maybe budgeting also. So working on that financial sector of your life could really help you in changing those family dynamics and home environment, but also your career and the way how you're known in the public and the way how you're known in the world. Okay, Capricorns, this is kind of what I have for you for the eclipse in Aries. I really hope you receive massive blessings during this time. And remember that eclipses are not easy energy. They are unpredictable. They are like full moon in steroids, but especially with this new beginning, with this eclipse that is in a conjunction to the North Node, in an exact conjunction actually. We're going to experience massive changes that are going to be quite shocking in nature, are going to disrupt our day-to-day lives, and that's definitely also going to happen for you Capricorns with this eclipse happening in an angular home. You'll experience changes in your family home. You will experience changes in your career, in the way how people view you, in the way how you identify, and in your partnerships also. So great changes for you Capricorns. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Aquariuses, Aquarius suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your prediction for the eclipse that's happening in Aries at 19 degrees on April 8th. This eclipse is happening in your third house of communication, of writing, of publishing, short distance travel, sales, marketing. For a lot of you Aquariuses, you might have this push to start writing a book, and you better use that intelligent mind of yours if you are in this industry, because Aquariuses are geniuses. It's the genius sign of the Zodiac. So if you have this push to write a book, articles, things like that are associated with a third house, or publish something, I would strongly advise you do so. The thing with this eclipse though is that the ruler of the eclipse is 12 houses away from the eclipse, and so it's also conjunct Saturn, so you might face some challenges, some fears, probably mental blockages that could keep you away from achieving this or starting this. But the thing is that this eclipse is happening in Aries, and Aries stands for bravery and courage, action taking also. So I would advise for you Aquariuses to take steps towards what you really want to accomplish, in third house matters. If you are in the writing industry, start that writing or start that publishing. If you are in sales, maybe expand your business, get to more clients, or, just start that business. And if you are into other communication industries such as marketing, maybe expand your business and take those steps, because I'm not a professional on these areas, but take those necessary steps for your business to flow and maybe to flourish also with this eclipse. This eclipse is also triggering your 9th house, so you might feel challenged when it comes to your belief system, your spirituality. However, with the eclipse, you may want to stand strong in what you believe in and what you think is best for you. You may also receive some ideas when it comes to improving your skills, getting certifications, and doing deep research when it comes to increasing your talents, improving them, and getting or having a richer skill set for yourself. So during this eclipse, you could have some opportunity that lands on your lap, or it could be that some certification or some path that you were on when it came to pursuing things that you want to learn could be removed from your life. For example, I have a friend who was studying to become a realtor, and during the eclipse in her 3rd house, something happened in her family life that she was just removed just like that from getting the certification. She had to move states, go somewhere else, and deal with these issues. And this eclipse really realigned her into what she was supposed to do. And now she has a business. She eventually learned that she was not supposed to take that route, but the eclipse really removed that opportunity from her so that she can go into her real path and what she is supposed to become. So that could also be the case for a lot of you Aquariuses. You may also experience changes on your mental perspective and on the way how you think. This is the house of thoughts. It is naturally ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is retrograde during this eclipse. So you may be working on the way how you think. You may be working in the way how you talk to yourself also, maybe applying positive thinking, removing negative thoughts, and just changing the way how you view yourself, how you view your life, and how you think about other people. For others of you, you may be working towards changing the way how you communicate with others. During third house eclipses, I have another friend who went so deep into researching the most successful public speakers that she also became one for herself, and she's incredible when she does workshops and talks in front of hundreds of people. But it was during an eclipse that she dived very deep into learning this skill set when it came to communicating with others. You may also have sudden chances and opportunities to go to webinars and speak in front of others, maybe to teach something. This is also triggering your ninth house, and ninth house is about higher knowledge when it comes to, different industries, whatever we are very knowledgeable in. And this eclipse could give you the opportunity to go out there, give webinars, teach others, do some public speaking, maybe start a podcast, maybe start something that people listen to you, to something that you have to teach to them. For others of you, you may even be inspired to start a business, in this industry. You may also be pushed to change the way how you talk to others in where it is more straightforward, more brave. It might stir up other people because the ruler of this conjunction Mars, of this eclipse, Mars is in conjunction with Saturn. So it might stir up other people and they won't like it. But the eclipse is happening in the North Node, moving you into a new direction when it comes to the way how you communicate. So most likely you are going to embrace this new way of speaking with people because you are preserving that communication skill set that you want to build. You want to go towards changing the way how you talk to people, change the way how you think about people, change the way how you write, and do all these other things that are associated with the third house, the way how you do sales. Maybe you may even learn to become more charismatic when it comes to your sales business. If you're selling cars, for example, which is a third house thing, you may become more charismatic, more brave when you talk to others, and embrace those Aries characteristics to the way how you approach to other people. Now, this is the house of communication, so you might receive some news, shocking news that's just going to shock you and change you in a lot of ways, because this is the house of communication. For others of you, you may receive some type of communication or some type of download that is going to change the way how you make money, because the ruler of the eclipse is in your second house of income. And for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may be receiving massive downloads in the way how you make your income, in the way how you should approach them, maybe in the way how you should go about them, how you're spending, how you are making money, how you're budgeting, changing those ways, so that you can have a stronger and larger stream of income. And with Pluto transiting your first house, you are already experiencing massive changes when it comes to your identity and how you come across to other people. But this eclipse is really going to change the way how you think, how you communicate, and how you connect with others. So massive changes in that department. Another thing is that this house is also the house of neighbors and siblings. So you may see drastic changes happening in the lives of these individuals. Maybe a brother or a sister undergoes through some massive change that this eclipse might be bringing to their life, depending on where it is in their chart. And it could also be that you have a neighbor moving away from your area, or they move away or they pass away also, or you could have new neighbors coming in at the same time. So this is kind of what I have for you, Aquariuses. I really hope you experience some great blessings with this eclipse. Eclipse energy is not easy. It's very intense. It brings massive changes, and I said it before that It reminds me of the master number 11, to where there's so much energy and you have to be very sophisticated to use all of it. And for a master number, you have to learn throughout your life, and then eventually you use that energy. But with the eclipse is that there are these massive changes that sometimes are outside of our control, that bring shocking things into our lives, but that put us in the right path, put us in the right path that we need to take in this life, in our soul mission, what we are supposed to accomplish. And this eclipse is happening in the North Node, so that's why it's very important to take on the new changes, the new opportunities this eclipse is bringing to your life. Anything that's putting on your lap, I believe that you should take it. It's not going to be easy again, especially with a Mars-Saturn conjunction 12 houses away. Some changes may be hidden, we may not really see them, and for you Aquarius, it could be in the third house of communication, but also when it comes to your income. However, they are going to put you in the right path for yourself. So this is what I have for you for this prediction. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello dear Pisces, Pisces suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your Eclipse and Aries prediction for April 2024. We have an important eclipse happening in the sign of Aries at 19 degrees that is supposed to bring massive changes for everyone in the world, depending on where it's aspecting in your chart. So for you Pisces, this is happening in your second house of personal income, of streams of income, of money, possessions, your standards, and your self-worth. You might experience some sudden changes and important turning points when it comes to your personal finances. You might discover some new opportunities that you did not think they were there before when it comes to making money. And I think a lot of money. With eclipse being here, eclipses are very unpredictable, so you might have a crazy opportunity to make a lot of money. Now on the other side, eclipses also remove things from our lives. So you might also have something removed when it comes to your streams of income that is not supposed to serve you anymore, or that shouldn't be there in your life. Now, most of the people that I know of that have experienced eclipses in their second house, they have had a stream of income removed during the eclipse, only to bring in something that makes so much more. And that's also my personal experience. When the eclipse was happening in my second house, I had the same thing. I literally, my clothes were, removed, and I didn't even have possessions anymore at that point. But I got this new opportunity to make money that was very shocking, and I ended up buying a house, buying a car, buying so many things that I never thought I could. And I did that with the money that I made during the eclipse in my second house. Now, obviously, that's going to depend on your personal chart, but with eclipses happening in this area of your life, you might have massive opportunities, Pisces, to make money, to bring in new streams of income. Now, is this going to be easy? No, it's not. Nothing is easy with eclipses. Eclipses are unpredictable, very intense energy. Eclipses remind me of the master number 11, to where they are so intense, there's so much energy that it's just not that easy to master it, to use it, to manifest. However, as time goes by and things start to show and reflect, and that we can see what the eclipse did, and we can take those steps. So the eclipse is not going to feel comfortable. But on the other hand, it's important mentioning that the ruler of the eclipse, Mars, is conjunct Saturn in your first house. So you as a person might feel stressed about your income, your personal source of income. However, with this conjunction, and I want to say the positive things about Mars conjunct Saturn. I know that there are negative things about it, but the internet is enough for that. I want to give you the positive sides of this conjunction, which gives determination, clarity, and push to take grounded steps towards what you want. And in your case, Pisces, you may have been reflecting a lot on how to make money and increase your stream of income. But with Mars conjunct Saturn during this eclipse, you might take the necessary steps or know the necessary steps. Now, this initiation may not start immediately because Saturn may bring some blockages or delays. However, you can use this conjunction to push forward despite obstacles, push forward despite anybody that's blocking you or coming your way, or things and circumstances that are outside of your ability to fix them. So this conjunction of the ruler of this eclipse is really helping you to be wise. Maybe, start making a budget, writing down how much you're making and how much you're spending and where your money is going. Maybe increase your bank accounts, diversify your portfolio. And, if you're doing investments, because this is triggering also the 8th house, if you're doing investments, maybe invest in multiple stocks, invest in multiple coins, not to put all your eggs in one basket, basically. And another thing that Saturn could be teaching you here is maybe not to give all your personal income to the shared resources. Maybe you should keep some personal income for yourself so that you have some reserves, you have some safety, for rainy days. You may also have the need to become self-sufficient and to become more independent in the way how you make your money. And I see a lot of you Pisces wanting to start a business, starting a business. And for Pisces risings, most of the time that I've seen, Pisces risings really want to have their business, and they do have businesses because they have this amazing creative ability and intuition and mental, they just can touch different dimensions and become creative into creating something, into bringing something into reality. So for a lot of you Pisces, you may be inspired during this eclipse to start a business, but not just inspired. You may be forced through outside circumstances, to make your own money. And again, with Saturn being in your first house, for others of you Pisces, you may be setting up some serious boundaries when it comes to your self-worth and self-confidence. If people have not been treating you well, I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, you are going to cut them off. You might have already started doing this with Saturn being in your first house, triggering the 7th house of partnerships. If your partner has not been nice to you, with this eclipse, you might bring that into their intention and tell them, hey, these are my boundaries. You can't overstep them all the time. You can't do this, you can't do that. It doesn't make me feel good. And so you are working towards that self-confidence. And with Chiron being involved in this eclipse in your 2nd house, you may feel wounded when it comes to your self-worth and really working on building that self-confidence for yourself. But with the eclipse, you are embracing things about your identity and who you are as a person to be able to heal yourself, accept yourself for who you are, and also set boundaries with others, with Saturn being in your first house conjunct the ruler of the eclipse. For others of you, you may use your talents and skills to produce, to make more money for yourself, and to also increase that self-worth and self-standards, the standards that you have for yourself. You may use, maybe your skills to beautify your body, to change the way how you look, change the way how you communicate with others. And Mercury retrograding this area of your life during this period may have really helped you look for your weaknesses and have you revise them and understand where you need to improve your self-worth, what things push you and trigger you, and kind of work on those to be able to feel more confident on yourself. And again, another thing is that Chiron might also have been teaching you where your weaknesses are when it comes to your personal income. Is your money leaking somewhere? Where's your money leaking? And for a lot of you Pisces, it usually leaks for others. You are very empathetic and you really care for other people. However, with this being in the sign of Aries, it may mean that for a lot of you Pisces, you really need to work on keeping your finances for yourself, separated maybe from other people, and also to make and produce your own money, your own personal income, so that you can feel more confident, you can feel safer, and you can build a structure for yourself, for your own safety. Because remember, Saturn is in your first house, but eventually it will go to your second. And for a lot of you Pisces, if you have not done the work when it comes to building a structure for yourself, for your personal income, like, this eclipse is triggering you, when Saturn comes here, it may teach you lessons. Now, if you have done the right work, build a structure for yourself, something that's grounding, that's stable, and disciplined, then when Saturn goes into your second house, it will reward you in your finances. It may give you constant income, things like that. So keep that in mind. But until Saturn goes there, we're going to make a lot more videos, so I'll be here with you. But this is what I have for you, Pisces. I really hope you receive some incredible blessings during this eclipse, especially a lot of money. I hope you make it rain and that, you get the stream of income that you have always wanted to take, and that you also take the actions when it comes to, bringing that income to yourself. But if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe.